So today we're going to be talking about my least favorite way I ever talk to any of my friends. You know, when you haven't heard from that lady, from that friend you were friends with in high school, and you think they're gonna say something nice to you, but no, it's a message saying, "Hey, Zeddy, you've put on some pound over the holidays. Why don't you buy my diet pills that will give you explosive diarrhea to help lose some of that weight?" Now, you might be wondering, what does this background music have to do with the topic of today's discussion? It has nothing to do with it. I just think it's the greatest song on the planet, and it needs to be shared with the world. So we're at the end of the year. It's my final podcast of the year, maybe. I've done a whopping, 15 episodes, not a whole lot. So I'm drip feeding out the podcasts. Just savor them as you can. I actually got a podcast shirt, or a shirt from my sister. She put "Hanging with Zeddy" as a logo on it, so I just look like a douche walking around with this tight shirt in town, trying to advertise my trashy podcast. But anyways, I kind of wanted to do this podcast because I pretty much snapped at work because someone decided that a good gift was them trying to drop off some of their crappy, like, I don't know what you call it, their pyramid scheme crap at work. Like, some girl was trying to sell some Monet or essential oils or something like that. I can't stand essential oils. They smell like nasty taint. And everyone says, "Oh, they smell so good." I'm like, no, just buy a candle. Well, anyway, I shouldn't say they don't smell good, but some of them smell okay. But they try to say, "Oh, it's essential oils are good for you. They're good for the mind, and they have healing benefits." I'm like, no, they don't. They just smell nice. But I actually knew a girl that I went to high school with. She is so obsessed with these essential oils. I don't know if it's there's like two big essential oils. There's doTERRA, I don't know, and Young Living essential oils. I think one of them, like, their founder decided to drown his baby in a bathtub, and people still worship him like some sort of weird cult leader. Yeah, so anyways, this girl, she sells essential oils, and she pretends it's her main source of income, but it's not. She's so caught up in these essential oils that she actually dragged her husband on a trip to, I think, Vancouver or something like that. It was and they didn't even pay for her trip. It was coming out of her pocket. So she spent probably $5,000 to go to this little cult meeting where they all get in this big room and just praise whoever comes out on stage, simping for whoever comes out on stage. And this was her honeymoon. And it was the weirdest thing because, well, I mean, her marriage is already weird enough. She's dating the guy who was like her Sunday school teacher. So it was just all kinds of creepy, to be honest. So take that as you will. She might not be very good at being hygienic with all these essential oils, but her husband sure is good at grooming. Now, there's one other thing I want to talk about. My sister actually went to a Christian Bible college, and not trying to not trying to single anyone out, but sheltered Christian women, especially Mormons. Mormons are just Christians with a twist, I guess. They're really into their MLM garbage, but this one they actually tried to recruit from basically a Baptist university, and my sister actually is going to tell you all a little tiny story. So I'm just going to let her go from here.
So I went to Crandall, which is a very conservative university. It used to be the Atlantic Baptist University. So conservative, religious, most of the students are as well. One year, one of my classmates that was a friend of mine told me that another girl from school was having a party at her house where she was selling something. I didn't know what it was. And this was before I was really that aware of all the different MLMs. So we went, and it was a pure romance party, which is the sex toy MLM. And the party consisted of us hanging out in this girl's apartment with all of us from school. We didn't know each other very well, so it was super awkward because the entire party consisted of talking about sex toys, playing games about sex toys, quizzes and questionnaires about sex toys and catalogs. So super awkward. And probably the most awkward thing was the woman hosting the event was talking about a product she had that was for, I don't know, some sort of stimulation that was supposed to do something. It was a liquid product, and it was meant for females for internal use only. Shove it right up the hoo-ha. And she put it in her bathroom and encouraged us all to go to the washroom and use the product while we were at her house and report back with our findings. But I don't think anyone did it.
Have you no shame, women? Jesus was at that party, and you brought this filth upon the Lord. Anyways, that's just one example. I have a couple buddies from the States who, to be honest, he's like me. He's a fat piece of trash, and he tried to tell me that a product called Herbalife was going to help him lose weight, and he literally changed nothing else in his diet. He said, I'm going to drink this green shake. It's going to help me lose weight. And so he drank it. He didn't start exercising, and he didn't stop eating his McDoubles every day. And guess what? He's still fat, just like me. Now, another thing, like I said, all these type of pyramid schemes, they really go over. They not only are they complete trash, but they've ruined one of the. Even if you don't go to church, one of the best things that can happen at a church, besides potlucks, is craft fairs. Now, around here, some people are actually really good at craft fair, like making crafts. They, my friend Jenny Salos, she's actually really good. If you ever look her up, she sells a bunch of handbags and stuff. So shout out to Jenny. Reach out to her if you want something made. Give her a few months, and it'll probably cost you quite a bit, but her products are really good. So yeah, if you want something nice, reach out to Jenny. Anyways, craft shows around here, basically the gist of it is a church will rent out its basement, rent out the community hall, whatever, and people will rent a table and they'll sell crafts. The last time I went to one, there might have been 20 tables. 10 of them handcrafts, 5 of them baked goods and whatnot, and about a quarter of it were pyramid scheme garbage. Now, I'm going to be referring to all of it as pyramid schemes because I'm it's easier than saying, oh, it's direct marketing or whatever they try to tell each other to make themselves feel good. But like, one girl was selling wraps that go around her belly, and this was not a thin girl, so it obviously was not working. The other one was some girl selling some nasty shakes to try to lose weight. Again, it was not someone who was successful with the product. Another girl was selling like wax cups that you put in a heating thing to make the room smell good, which kind of is kind of the only thing I can actually really get behind for any of these pyramid scheme stuff. Is the stuff that makes your house smell good, but essential oils, especially, are terrible for pets. My wife can actually vouch for this because she's treated animals that the owners thought that essential oils were good for animals, and it ended up actually causing respiratory problems for them. So that's a big no-no, and it's also why we don't allow essential oils into nursing homes and hospitals because they're they're actually quite terrible for you if they're not used in a proper setting. So there was the girl selling the wraps around the belly, girl selling the shakes, girl selling the wax tarts, and there might have been another couple people, but anyway, these people are ruining craft fairs because A, their products are terrible, and B, they're preventing other people who actually want to make good crafts from actually taking up the thing. And my friend says that they try to kind of screen, like, do a screening of people doing this, but they don't always catch it, and a lot of times pyramid schemes get in the churches, which is a shame because I'm pretty sure Jesus flipped the table and started whipping some people last time they tried to do this stuff in the Bible. Now, another thing, where we live in Nova Scotia, people are kind of basically, a lot of people around here are desperate for jobs. And what they'll do around here, they probably do it in a lot of other places, but they basically say, like, they'll have Facebook groups where they'll try to, basically, one example would be job postings. What people will do will say, here's a work from home opportunity, great pay, great benefits, all that. And it's just someone trying to get you to sell knives door to door or something like that. So people are really predatory when it comes to that. And a lot of girls I know that get sucked into this type of stuff, they'll tell me, is like, oh, it's not a scheme. My other friend makes a ton of money doing this. And they show pictures of her being successful. I'm like, girl, you're getting suckered into it because this other girl is lying. She's either lying to you, or she's trying to sucker you into it by showing you, or actually, no, sorry. She's either lying to you, or she is successful, and she's only successful because she's getting gullible people like you to buy her crap. Now, the reason it got a lot worse, like, it got pretty terrible when COVID first started because, back then they shut down all the non-essential stuff. So, but the dumbest thing I think I ever saw was I saw a Facebook post that said, "Attention, all my nursing friends. I hear you guys aren't getting enough work right now, so hit me up if you want to join my awesome team." Like, I don't know about you, but at the start of a pandemic, I'm not retarded enough to assume that people working in healthcare are going to be short of work. It's going to be the opposite. Now, I have to say that um, the only thing I can really say about this is that a lot of a lot of these things are mostly targeted at women, um, because they're trying to they're trying to target like stay at home moms. They're trying to target nurses who are burnt out um, of healthcare because it's a little nutty right now. You don't see a lot of men doing it, mostly because the products aren't really aimed at men. Like you're not gonna see men trying to go for Sensi or Arbonne or any of that type of stuff. Men usually get suckered into doing some more cringy stuff, like making a YouTube channel that nobody watches, or doing a cringy podcast that nobody watches, things like that. The only one of these MLMs that there's only two MLMs that I can actually think of that I don't call pyramid schemes. The first one is Watkins, just because it's been around since like 1890, and you can actually buy it at stores as well. And Tupperware. The only reason I don't call it that is because you can actually buy these products at stores as well. So if you can buy it at a store, there is, I guess, some legitimacy to it. But if you're buying ripped up leggings from some lady's garage that smell of mold, then she's probably in a pyramid scheme. Now, to top off this episode, I'm going to, I guess, promote two people that actually do put in a lot of effort into their products. They're actually making homemade products by hand. The first one I'm going to promote is my friend Jenny Salos. She has she's really great at making handmade things. Her business is called Rocky Lake Handmade. You can find it on Facebook. I don't know how often I don't know if she does online orders or if she does anything else like that. But her stuff is great. It's mostly like quilted things, or leather, like leather prints, as in like she'd make like a handbag that I don't know if it's actual leather, but she does like handbags, things like that. And another one I'm gonna tell you should go buy is my cousin's wife. Her name's Kate Sweeney, or I don't know if she goes by Kate Sweeney or Kate Bork. I don't know if she actually took his name or not. I'm not sure, but pretty sure it's Kate Sweeney. She puts in a lot of effort into making custom-made tumblers, water bottles, and like coffee mugs. She does a really good job. Her page is Wildflower Cove. You can find it on Facebook. I don't know if she does deliveries or anything like that, but you can look her up. So Kate's business is Wildflower Cove. Jenny's is Rocky Lake Handmade. They're both great. They both deserve more attention than any of the other trash you would find online. So I hope you enjoyed my little end of the year podcast. I really hope I can do more podcasts in the new year. I've been kind of getting slack at it, but yeah. So remember folks, good husbands don't let their wives buy pyramid scheme crap.